This is our next project that I was telling you about earlier in the previous video, how I have a chair with these really hand-carved lions on them. But the upholstery itself needs to be seriously updated. And the chair obviously has a blowout there, spring is sprung. So we're gonna see. So there's rain rolling around here somewhere, but I don't know. We'll see. Been peeling back the layers as you go along here. It's really cool. They literally tack this on. Where's my? There's not a video go by where I say, "Where's my padding in here?" This is cotton. This is real cotton. It's actually in good shape. I have to upcycle that. This fabric was in there too. Yep. They upcycled this fabric from somewhere, from something previous to that. How cool is that? There's another layer of quilt. I love that. They use the old quilt in there. Again, be able to use something, I don't know, contact, be able to use that for something. Probably into maybe some type of picture frame, or you know, lots of options. So I'm going to keep peeling this back, and then we'll get to this one. See if I can't fix these springs. So now I've got all the fabric and the cushion out mostly, and I have string everywhere. Yeah, answer some questions, discuss why another DIY channel. We're going to discuss things that are important to us, like authenticity and integrity. You don't even have to have a country home or cottage home type decor, because a lot of these pieces that we have are conversational pieces as well. They fit into pretty much any type of room. Great accent piece. And I try to make them where, I try to make everything I build is functional. I don't like things that aren't functional. Kelly and I have had several conversations that in the past where she's like, "Well, you need to do this." I'm like, "I don't want to do that. That's not, what's its function? What's it, why? What's its function?" Well, it turns out its function is to not have a function on a lot of different things. It's just to look at. I didn't even know that was a thing. But as usual, she was right. I was wrong. We've done a lot of things that, in my opinion, had no function, and we sold a ton of them. So, live and learn. This will have multiple functions because you can rest your feet on it. You can sit on like a bench, or hide stuff in it as for storage. To me, that's the type of stuff I like to create. my portion of this build is over with. Yeah, nice, just a nice box. Now we're gonna wait for Kelly and Rebecca to get back from the soccer game, and so she can get the top of it upholstered. And we can get this this project put away and move on to the next one. Got lots of things to do. Meanwhile, I'm gonna find something very important to do. You know, keep busy while she's not here.
So while you were gone, I upholstered this and I forgot that you wanted to film it. I'm sorry. But look at this wonderful indoor-outdoor fabric.
Yeah, I really like it. I think it really goes good with the nice natural wood look. Great finish. So what would you use this for?
I'd probably put it on a
It's soft.
porch. You can store stuff in it. You know, you could store bird food in it, or I don't know, dog food, gardening stuff. A blanket.
Blanket. What about for like on the beach or cottage venues or?
Oh yeah, it'd be great in a little sunroom or the living room. Or I just love this piece. It's cute.
All right. Well, how much you want so far?
Small. $149.
Okay. Get her posted.
$169.
So now we're in the middle with 149, 169.
So $159 it is.
All right, 159.
$159. It can be
posted.
yours.
I asked a wife, I said, give me one more project to do. And she said, how about an outhouse? So this Saturday evening, I'm building an outhouse. What happened is, a long time ago in our humble beginnings, when we started getting into building stuff, we did a craft show, and we took some old fence paneling and I built some outhouses that actually were like for toilet paper dispensers. Anyway, it was a cute little novelty item, and we ended up selling a whole lot of them. However, I haven't built any of those in about 20 years. What I did first was took my first panel, measured 22 inches. Then I went and moved my chop saw down to a 15 degree angle. Put my little pitch on there. Take the back piece, drill a line, and cut the back piece on there. And now I'm just going to go ahead and assemble that together real quick. And look at them, are we making a mess? How awesome is that? So a lot of times, if you get glue all over your project, just go ahead and let it dry. Don't try to sit there and wipe it up and smear it, because it will dry. And once it dries, just peel it off. You know as well as I do that we both used to do that in school. Sit there and you glue on our fingers and like let it dry, and like, you know you did. You did. Maybe you didn't get back to school and try it. There's the original latex glove. So it's best to use old fence panels. because you get the nice weathered rustic look already. But that's okay. This is just a demonstration on how to build one. And you can always paint them. You can even weather them if you want, but it doesn't. They don't have to be perfect. So then I take the last piece that I had, trim that off. I'm going to shove that right here in the bottom. Go to my camera lady. I guess I'll figure this out on my own. So that's going to get glued and stapled in there real quick. And I'll even have like a little small step. Once you get this one in here, everything will stay pretty squared. As long as the piece that you're putting in there is squared. It seems to be in the world of woodworking or anything else that you do in this type of business that everything has a life cycle and then it comes back. Just like vintage clothes, you know, stuff that was cool way back when, just all circles back around. Like the derby hat, Honduras, bell bottoms. Not that I have any experience with that, but it is what it is. Cut out a little piece to fit in there, and obviously, you know, a little piece here, a little piece there, and the hole for the middle. Now you can go in there and take care of business. Take up business. We're going to take up business because we're taking business. We have to roll. Yeah. Also talked about how this is a toilet paper dispenser. All right, so you can keep your spare rolls on the inside, but you still want to have a roll on the outside. You can just, you know. So for therefore, we need a arm. It's 12 times faster, probably more than that, 1,000 times faster, really, than my actually right about there looks good. Try right here. Yeah, that'll work with a little persuasion. Actually, that's probably, I like the way that one looks. A little more cutting necessary. Check that out. I have to cut out the I like it. So we got the seat in, the dispenser. I put the front cover on. I went ahead and put a 15 degree bevel on it that matches the rest of the slope on the roof. I'm still slimy. And the door. I want to work on the door. Crescent moon on the door. I really have no pattern. I just kind of. I went ahead and put the same 15 degree profile on it. Have the door, kind of just free-handed the crescent moon for the light inside and attach the hinges. And I'm going to go ahead and glue, put the roof on, set it up with a sander a little bit, and then it's almost done. You can paint these any color you want. When you use new wood like that, hell, you can probably stain them. In fact, I might even try the old torch method. I haven't thought about that on this particular one.
But I might just give it a whirl and see what it looks like. Well,
So after, yeah, we'll hope for the best, just like that. All right. If you don't know the torch thing, light it up and you just score it, and it gives it a nice little burn look to it. And then you hit it lightly with the sander, then you come back and wax it. It gives it a really cool look. Or you can just go ahead and stain it and do this really close to the same thing anyway. I don't know, so many options. It all depends on what you're looking for. But that is pretty much the essence of the outhouse build. And I don't have any toilet paper, and if you've got some toilet paper I can borrow, I'll show you what to do. But open it up, you put a couple spare rolls will fit in here. You put your roll you're using on here, and then you just lean over and pull it. This is what I was talking about. I decided to go ahead and do it this way because take a look at it. It actually looks pretty cool. Then, when I'm done with that, I can go ahead and put a coat of polyacrylic over it, and that's going to give it actually make those lines pop. And as you can see, they don't take much. You're like, oh, who wants to sit there for hours and do this? But quite honestly, it's faster than staining or painting it. So you'd think, oh, I'm not going to sit there and spend a lot of money on gas or whatever. I haven't been doing this 5 minutes yet, and it's over half done. Oh. What's that?
so how much do you think you get like propane roll?
So I paid $7.99 for this tank here. It was like $14 or $21. I can't remember for the original tank with the torch. You can buy the kit. So it's obviously, you know, a little bit more expensive the first go around. But I will probably, as quick as this going, I could probably do about 10 of these. I've seen on other channels where they actually, I got some big old torches. Probably type that would put this thing on fire before it actually. Yeah, but it's a pretty common technique. I like it.
So like if you want it darker in some spots, you can just hold it in that spot under or stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And the places you really want to do that at is like on the edges where it looked like it actually got more, yeah, aged, you know, because that's where everything, if you look at any old piece of furniture, old houses, everything around the edges, corners, those always seem to be darker than everything else. It's called, basically it's ebonized, where the weather, for some reason, just tarnishes it, makes it. So that's why you'll see me really focus a lot on, like I rounded off the edges with the sander first. Just on like any old furniture, any piece that has a lot of age to it, wear and tear, any place where the hands go, touch a lot, that naturally smooths out that piece right there over the years. And that's where you're going to get more of the aged look on it. So I don't know what it does on the driftwood part of it. I really like the driftwood look, but because this is just because, let's do it and see what happens. Not a whole lot, it just darkens it up. Doesn't give it the cool look like it's doing on the.
I want to know when you wipe it down, so it takes some of that color.
Yeah, I think so. When I wipe it down or hit it with the polyacrylic, it'll give it a cool aged look. All right, hit the recorder off for a second. All right, so that completes this build. I used a little driftwood piece for the handle. Put your toilet paper in here. You can get 2 rolls on there, roll on here. This is the fired look, as you just seen. I really like it. I'm not even sure. I was gonna put a thing of polyacrylic on it, but I'm really liking the way this looks.
I don't know, if you did put a polyacrylic on it, would it give it like a shinier look to it, or?
So I use a satin polyacrylic because I don't like the too shiny stuff. I'm just not a shiny type guy. But what it does is, like all these darker lines and stuff, it really enhances it, makes it pop more. So yeah, I got plus if it's set in a bathroom, or if you use the outhouse, the iron, if you use this in the outhouse, like if you have a camping site, you just use this in the outhouse in the outhouse. The polyacrylic is going to help it from the moisture. So if it's going to expand and contract or something like that, or if you're in a bathroom with you have showers at and high humidity, it's better off to go ahead and polyacrylic it, and it's going to keep it from having all those issues. So great question. All right, so there it is. Go build one. I talked earlier to you about, on previous video, about a couple of things that were important to me, and I mentioned being authentic, authenticity, and integrity. So with authenticity, what you see here on our channel, it's authentic. We don't claim to be the best, the brightest, the greatest. We haven't gone through much school to learn what we do or what we know. A lot of it has came with years of trial and error and just seeing what works and what doesn't. And that was even before YouTube. So a lot of this stuff we just kind of picked up on our own. So whether you want to actually get out and build things on your own, or if you're looking for certain projects and you don't want to build it your own, not projects, but pieces, items, you can still come to us. We do have merchandise available. Our merchandise isn't, our name on our shirt or our cup, although we have that capability because why not? We have everything, it seems like. But we do offer everything that we build, everything that we make. Or you can reach out in messaging or phone call. I don't really like to build things per order, although we do, but sometimes it's nerve-wracking. People will say, hey, can you make this for me? And then they're like, here, just do it. I trust you. Just go ahead and do this. And it really takes, there is a creative part to it, but it takes a lot of the fun out of it, of the creative part, and adds more anxiety. It kind of doesn't, it's not worth the balance. But when you do get that final, oh, that's awesome, that's what I was looking for, that's a great little kudos, kind of a reinsurance. But you always have in your back of your mind that you're afraid you're going to let somebody down, and it's always just easier to go ahead and just do what you're in the mood for. And just yesterday I was like, wasn't really sure what else I wanted to do. So I got time to get one more thing done before we have to go back to work. I said, give me something to do. And she says, make an outhouse. So here we are. That circles back. I digressed. I don't even know where the heck I went with that. But again, it circles back around to being authentic. We're not out here to impress anybody. We're not out here to make millions of dollars, although, it would be nice to, if you like and subscribe, so we can get more views, so maybe we can get some affiliates and get some paid income, because I would like to do a lot more of this. I would like to quit my full-time job. It's rewarding. in a way that, you know, we help the community a lot, but I would much rather be doing this. Don't know how to act, don't know how to be anybody but myself. And same thing with my wife. We are who we are. What you see is what you get. And we enjoy it. Sometimes we're goofy. Sometimes we're confused. Sometimes we make no sense at all and make goofy mistakes, but that's the joy in the creative part. I did mention yesterday about putting our polyacrylic on this. I really think it was a good choice. It's turned out really good. The other thing I want to talk about a little bit is integrity. We're both real big on telling the truth. You know, as young kids, just like anybody else, there was times in our lives that we fibbed. But as you get older, it just doesn't seem to make any sense anymore. It's like, why? What was the point of lying? And people do it all the time. And I don't know, I'm kind of obsessed with that whole lying thing. I don't like it, don't care for it. I don't know if it's just because I don't like being deceived. But for those reasons, I've grown out of it, and I believe most of people that I've known in my younger life has grown out of it. And the reason I'm telling you this is because if you ask us something, or if there's a product that you like and you want to invest in, or just learn how to do it yourself, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you how it is. If it's difficult, if it costs too much, if you want me to do something, I'm going to flat out tell you it's cheaper for you to go out and buy the products yourself and maybe do it yourself. Or I might just tell you, come on over and I'll show you how to do it. I'm not going to do it for you. You know, it just depends on the situation. But what I'm not going to do is lie to you about it. What are you thinking? You liking this? Yeah, me too. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the inside now anyway. Yeah, put my little door latch on there. Thus far, I'm the one that's been making most of these videos, and you know, we haven't even got close to scraping the ice of all the things that we do. But I feel like I'm kind of robbing y'all from the real talent, which is my wife. She's more detail oriented. She is definitely the artist between the two of us. And she's pretty darn busy herself. She also works, and we're raising a child, 8-year-old, 8.5 now. Rebecca, which you've seen on our videos before if you've been watching. Great kid. Love her. She's my granddaughter. She's our granddaughter. And pretty sure she's going to be quite the talent herself. She spent enough time with Papa. If nothing else, she's definitely going to be able to take care of herself. Almost kind of feel sorry for her. not her, but any boy that comes along and tries to impress her. It can be kind of hard to do because she's pretty tough. Anyway, my point is, we're going to get some more videos out soon. It's going to be a nice mix between Kelly and myself and Rebecca. That was funny. And you'll see some really cool things that she does as well. But what really makes things work is between the two of us. You know, she'll have a vision for something and I have a vision for something, piece of furniture or something that we'll see. And then it just materializes. She might do some of her work on it, I might do some of my work on it. Or what's really fun when we both have a piece and we both have our own vision for it, and then it turns into a little, no, I wanted to do that. No, why'd you do that? But we've been working together for 27 years now, and we have a great working relationship. With my glasses. And I think we really inspire each other. I think we both got really lucky. You know, marriage is hard, but it's definitely worth it. So I think that pretty much sums this up, fixes this, finishes this. Yeah, that's pretty much going to dry, looking just like this as it is. I like it. All right, as usual, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Oh, and I do want to retire, so if you would like to go ahead and push the like and subscribe button, that'd be great. Thank you.